Coming up, 3 teenagers are charged in connection with the local burglary.
And a nursing home resident may be the victim of a murder.
We'll have these stories and more. Your News Valdosta starts now. Welcome to News Valdosta. I'm Taylor Williams.
And I'm Jordan Barella. Valdosta police say they've arrested 3 people in connection with a burglary last week on Lakeview Drive. The 3 teenagers, James McElmore, Christopher Lasker, and Colby Barlow, were charged with committing burglary after pictures surfaced of them posing with the stolen items on the internet. The items included furniture, fans, a ladder, a steam vac cleaner, a large painting, and several other household items. Altogether, the items had a listed value of almost $1,000, according to reports. Valdosta police detectives say they arranged to purchase the items from the 3 men and then detain them during the sale. All 3 are currently being held in the Lowndes County Jail.
Valdosta police are investigating a possible murder involving 2 roommates in a nursing home. Reports say a woman was found strangled to death at the Crestwood nursing home. When police arrived at the scene, they say they found 57-year-old Cynthia Weekly dead in her room. Weekly's roommate, 66-year-old Janet Clements, has been arrested and charged with felony murder and aggravated assault by strangulation. Clements is being housed at the Lowndes County Jail. Police have not released a motive at this time, but the investigation is still underway.
Colquitt County authorities have identified suspects wanted for the theft of an $85,000 piece of equipment. 36-year-old Dwight Alexander and 38-year-old James Hogan from Deco County are accused of stealing an Exmark turn mower from the DeMont Tractor Company in Moultrie on October 25th. Colquitt County deputies say the mower has still not been recovered and the 2 suspects are still on the loose.
The Atkinson County Board of Elections is being sued following the results of the November 4th general elections. Mayoral candidate Gary Hall lost his race by a single vote. The previous time ran for public office, Hall lost by a margin of 3 votes. Hall is accusing the Board of Election staff of making mistakes that cost him his title. A recount of the ballots indicated that Hall lost to Samuel Newsom by a total of 198 to 197 votes.
A reunion was held last week at Moody Air Force Base celebrating members of the Flying Tigers, a group of volunteer pilots from the United States Army, Navy, and Marine Corps. While over 300 Flying Tigers of all ages attended the event, a spotlight was put on 3 of the original Flying Tigers who can date their involvement to December 17, 1941, just 10 days before the bombing of Pearl Harbor in World War II. The Flying Tigers received their name from the intimidating teeth painted on their planes. The Moody reunion allowed the group to tour aircraft, view a combat and rescue demonstration, and gather for the dedication of Moody's P-40 pavilion. Flying Tiger reunions have been held since 1946.
The Valdosta Lowndes County Airport Authority is preparing for several major projects. As construction on the airport's new fire station comes to a close, the staff is preparing for the building of an electrical vault which will house a generator that could power the runway and taxi lights during a power outage. The airport staff is also presenting a proposal for a ramp extension which would allow the airport to handle 2 airplanes simultaneously, as well as extending the airport's capability to handle larger planes. Airport officials say the proposals could become reality as soon as spring 2015.
Local law enforcement officials are asking for their help in their investigation of a very old cold case. Valdosta police say they're still conducting a search for a local mother and son who disappeared nearly 12 years ago. Paula Wade and her 3-year-old son went missing in October 2002, and little evidence has yet to be recovered. Paula's last day of work was October 12, 2002. Police were alerted when she did not show up for work the following day. Her vehicle remained in the parking lot of her apartment, but no signs of Paula or her son or of a struggle were found. Investigators are encouraging anyone who may have information to call the Valdosta Police Department's Investigation Bureau or the Valdosta Police's anonymous tip line.
When we come back, we'll let you know which local college is starting a new degree program.
And a local company makes a donation to the National Council of Negro Women. Find out which one when we come back.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you are really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
What will you find at Valdosta State University?
Challenging academics.
Innovative hands-on experience. Over 100 fields of study.
Engagement in a vibrant community.
Caring mentors and friends. Service and leadership opportunities.
Championship athletics.
The full university experience.
At Valdosta State University.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
The Ben Hill Irwin Wiregrass campus is putting the rich farmland of Fitzgerald to good use. Beginning next spring, a new credit program called Agribusiness Management will begin. A technical certificate can be earned in 1 semester. The program covers a variety of topics, including an introduction to agribusiness and agribusiness management. A degree program called Agricultural Technology is awaiting approval by an accrediting agency. The tentative date to begin is also in the spring semester. In support of the new program, the Georgia Rural Caucus will be awarding 3 $500 scholarships to 3 students. The scholarships are for students enrolled in an agricultural program.
Valdosta is doing its part in making sure the holidays are special for people with developmental disabilities and behavioral health needs. The focus is on those individuals who live in the Parkwood Developmental Center. On Monday, December 22nd, Mayor John Gale and members of the Valdosta Fire Department will be delivering gifts to all 110 patients that reside at the facility. Local businesses, civic organizations, churches, schools, scout troops, and any other groups or individuals that are interested are encouraged to help collecting gifts for this event.
The Enterprise Holdings Foundation is the philanthropic arm of Enterprise Rent-A-Car Company. That foundation has now donated $1,500 to the Valdosta Lounge chapter of the National Council of Negro Women for a second annual Bethune Leadership Recognition Banquet. Funds will support local women in high school, college, and the overall community who exhibit high character, leadership, and sincerity in making a positive impact in the community.
Valdosta State University will host an Education Career Day from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. this Thursday, November 20th. Students and alumni interested in working in the field of education can attend. Representatives from over 35 school systems from cities across Georgia and parts of Florida and South Carolina will be available to meet with attendees from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Participants should dress professionally and bring a resume. The event will be held in the University Center's Magnolia and Cypress rooms.
The gallery at the Turner Center for the Arts in downtown Valdosta is featuring a variety of works. These include pieces by Sally Caron, Brian Garris, several Georgia coastal artists, Dido Marinville, and a Valwood School student exhibition. The gallery is open to the public and admission is free.
When we come back, we'll take a look at our weather with Mark Mongell.
So stay with us.
Today is Saturday. Today is Saturday. Yeah. Salad on Saturday, fruit on Friday, throw a ball Thursday. Water Wednesday, touch your toes Tuesday. Let's move Monday, sparkle snacks Sunday. All the healthy children eat well and move a lot. And move a lot. And move a lot. Eat well and move a lot.
60 minutes of physical activity a day and eating well can help get your child healthy. So keep them active and eating well every day.
Skip a rope Saturday, freeze tag Friday, tap dance Thursday. Whole grains Wednesday, try a veggie Tuesday. Let's move Monday, split the sweet Sunday.
Eat well and move a lot.
Today is Saturday. Yeah. Today is Saturday. All the healthy children, all the healthy children.
Get ideas. Get involved. Get going at letsmove.gov. That's letsmove.gov.
My dad's one of the producers here today.
Bring this week.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Now let's take a look at the weather with Mark Mongell. Mark, what's the forecast?
Thanks. The weather this afternoon isn't looking very good. Earlier today, tornadoes were sighted in South Georgia in about 10 counties. So we are looking to expect severe thunderstorms this afternoon. We are looking at an 80% chance of rain with the high staying around 74 degrees. The humidity reached 77% with winds moving south to southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, our weather will be switching gears. We are expecting partly cloudy skies with a low around 32 degrees. Tonight, we have a 10% chance of rain, and winds this evening will be moving northwest anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow, we are kicking off early as the sun is expected to rise at 7:02 a.m. Our high tomorrow will be about 50 degrees and our low about 22, which is almost uncomfortable. Luckily, we will be looking at a 0% chance of rain. Winds tomorrow are expected to be moving north to northwest at 16 miles per hour, and our moon phase will be a waning crescent if you're into that sort of thing. The ultraviolet index is the international standard for measuring the strength of ultraviolet radiation. It measures the UVs at a particular place in time. The UV index for today is at a 2, which is a low on a 12-point scale. With all of that rain that we've had today, we've had almost no pollen to worry about. That's all for weather. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Mark. When we come back, we'll take a look at some exciting sports so stay with us. Welcome back.
Now let's check in with Brandy Moore for our local sports report. Brandy?
Thanks, guys. On Saturday, Valdosta State Blazers took on the Florida Tech Panthers. Lots of flags were thrown throughout the game. Blazers fumbled once and were penalized 9 times, costing them 107 yards, whereas the Panthers fumbled 3 times and were penalized 12 times, costing them 100 yards. The Blazers led 31-16 with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Panthers' Gary Holmes fought back with a 44-yard run, causing the Blazers to punt with a little over 6 minutes left in the game. In the end, Blazers won 31-29 and are now in the playoffs. They will be facing the North Alabama Lions at Braley Stadium in Florence, Alabama. The Valdosta Wildcats took on Newton Rams Friday night. The Rams led the game, but after the Cats' third turnover, they managed to tie the game 7-7. When the Cats' quarterback Cole Massengill fumbled and was sacked by the Rams, they took advantage and made a 14-yard touchdown. With 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the score was 27-7. The Cats scored a touchdown, making the final score 27-14, but it wasn't enough to take home the win. This marks the end of the Wildcats season and marks Newton's first playoff win since 1987. Moving on to soccer, VSU made it to the GSC Finals but lost the second round on Sunday to Rollins. Rollins controlled the ball for most of the first half and scored a penalty kick. During the second half, Rollins attempted 6 goals and Blazers 2. Olivia Mills made 2 saves for Valdosta. Blazers took over the ball within the last few minutes of the game, but it wasn't enough to make the goal. The score was 1-0, and this marks the end of their season. The ladies ended ended with 12 wins, 2 ties, and 7 losses. VSU Volleyball won its first GSC title on Sunday. The ladies won 9 sets with a 3-0 victory against Alabama and Huntsville, West Florida, and North Alabama. The team made 47 kills in the contest, 11 of those coming from Leah Jakeen and 10 from Jenna Kirkwood, who was named the tournament's MVP. Jessica Cadado made 38 assists and was named Player of the Year. The ladies are now 4th seed out of 8 in the GSC Finals. They will take on St. Leo in Tampa soon. Moving on to basketball, Blazers went head-to-head against Lane Dragons on Friday. The game was close and then tied with 15 minutes left in the game. But junior Blake Justice would change that, making the back-to-back three-pointers for the Blazers. In the end, Blazers won 74-64. On Saturday, Blazers took on Albany State Golden Rams. The ball was turned over 8 times and 5 shots were blocked. 3 of those were made by senior Colin Cook. The final score was 90-77. The Blazers now hold a record of 2-0. Friday, the Lady Blazers took on the Eckerd Tritons. Blazers struggled to get a lead but kept up the game close. By halftime, the score was 38-34. The ladies fought back as junior Maggie Davis shot a free throw and senior Amy Duke hit a three-pointer. In the end, Tritons took home the win, leaving the score 76-59. Lady Blazers redeemed themselves on Saturday, winning against the Fort Valley Wildcats. 81-71 was the score. This leaves their record 1-1, but the season is just beginning. That's all for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Brandy. When we come back, we'll hear about a new art exhibit that you do not want to miss.
So don't go away. We'll be right back.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. That single ember can ignite and destroy your home or even your community. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
Lionfish are an invasive species decimating local fish populations and spreading along the Atlantic coast, the Gulf of Mexico, and the Caribbean. Their presence, along with organized culling, increases the risk of envenomation to recreational divers and fishermen. Providing effective first aid is essential. Remain calm and immediately terminate your dive. Remove any obvious foreign materials such as spines and rinse with fresh water. Soak in non-scalding hot water and go to the nearest medical facility. For more information, go to dan.org and beadiver.com.
Welcome back to News Valdosta.
Valdosta State University's College of the Arts is celebrating the work of 9 students by hosting an event in the Fine Arts Gallery. The gallery, aptly named Exposure, features drawings, paintings, photography, ceramics, sculpture, computer animation, handmade furniture, and mixed media. The senior artwork offers the local community a glimpse into the works of artists who have fostered creative growth here in Valdosta. The fall senior exhibition will run through Monday, December 8th. The Fine Arts Gallery is located on the first floor of the VSU Fine Arts Building and is open from 8 o'clock a.m. to 5:30 p.m. on Monday through Thursday and from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Fridays. Admission is free of charge and no reservations are necessary.
A former Lowndes County resident is receiving recognition for her artwork at the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France, in an exhibit called Le Grand Exhibition Universal. Although local residents may remember the artist by her name of Down Mims, her art is crafted under the stage name of Rio. Rio's work was chosen among submissions from artists worldwide. Rio has made her career from traveling and sharing her artwork. Her art style ranges from abstract to contemporary, and she has developed ways to showcase her art in various multimedia formats. Mims is a graduate of Lowndes County High School.
That's it for our program today. Thanks for watching News Valdosta. I'm Taylor Williams.
And I'm Jordan Barella. We'll see you again tomorrow.